well, just wanted to show you guys a couple of moments from my working life. Yeah, working very hard. It's all physical. I thought they would put me on a tilt and load truck, and I was thinking about what I need to do, and I know I couldn't find proof of insurance for that truck that I cleaned up on Friday. And also the tire pressure in the front was 95 psi, which is more or less okay, but I'd rather it was at 100. But in the back I was only able to check outside tires because I didn't have the pliers, and I could not screw with my hand the cap on the inside tire. But outside tire was 86 psi. That's totally, you know, unacceptable. And so first order was 2 deliveries, 1 pickup, pretty much all scaffolding. And then I came back and they gave me another, I think 1 pick, 1 drop. And the first one, something is wrong here with these signals, you know, they don't lock. Like on my car, you know, when you push it, if you just touch it, it gives you 3 flashes, right? But if you click it down, it stays down. But this one, it doesn't have any fixed position. I don't know if it's a defect, or is it just this Ford 350's feature. And I need to charge my phone, and as soon as I hook up this, I think it thinks it's a CarPlay, but I don't see any CarPlay menu. Because of that, my phone is charging, but the sound disappeared. Yeah, you see now? Like, there's no fixed position. It's all kind of like touch control with and so yeah, it was all what do you call it? Scaffolding. And actually I made one mistake in the morning when I did that 2 deliveries and 1 pickup, right? So I came with some scaffolding, I unloaded it, and then went inside to check with the dispatch, and they gave me a delivery order, and I look at the description, it's pretty much the same what I had before. So I had to reload it again. So now I got smart on day 1, you know, when I came back with this from the second trip where I had 1 delivery, 1 pickup. I left everything in the truck, and then I went for lunch, and then I checked with dispatch, and part of my load that I had in the truck's bed was the same what I was supposed to pick up. So I just had to remove 2 decks and 5x5 frames, because this customer wants narrow frames, you know, which are like 30 inches wide. And so yeah, now I'm just jumping on the ring road and heading west. And I stopped by the office to pick up some locks. Yeah, like these ones. They requested these, 8 of these, and they're sitting in a bin right next to the dispatch office. And the dispatch lady saw me. She says, "Oh, I got a delivery for you." I said, "I'm already doing a delivery. What do you have?" Oh, she says, "It's a generator." I said, "Is it big one or small one?" She says, "No, a small one." Okay, so basically I don't have to tow it, right? And she says, "Yeah, you just put it in the bed." But I look at the watt number, and it's like 9,700 watts. That's not a small generator. So I went inside the shop, asked the mechanics there to help me find it, and turns out it has its own wheels, but only in the back, and in the front it has, you know, a couple of handlebars. So you lift the bars and you kind of like, you push it or pull it as a dolly, you know. Very exciting. and I had to move part of my load because this generator is, you know, it's not exactly wide, but I had to move my decks that I have 10-foot long decks, and I put them like one next to each other, and that way the generator, of course, would not fit. I asked the shop, I said, do you guys think it's okay to put this generator on top of the decks? And the guy looked at the deck and it's just, you know, plywood. He says no, it's not gonna hold. And so I moved the decks to the side, and I was able to use my tailgate, just drag the generator on the tailgate, and then lifted this electric tailgate, and the engine doesn't even have to run. And then I just dragged it onto the bed, so it just sits on the bed. All right, so now, oh yeah, we're on 201. Okay, so now we just follow this for 30 kilometers. So yeah, I'm not sure when I'm gonna end up on the Freightliner, but because we only have 2 drivers, well, and sometimes the shop supervisor sometimes does deliveries as well when there's, you know, a shortage, when there's too many orders. But the main guy is the guy who taught me, and we were also, when I was with him, we were jumping between a pickup truck and a Freightliner. But I'm guessing now that was their plan, was to kind of like give this guy some kind of a break because he was doing too much by himself. So I'm guessing I'll be doing a lot of scaffolding. But they were also saying that they want to hire like a part-time or a few days on guy, you know, just for the delivery truck. So if they do that, then maybe, yeah, I'll have more loads on the flatbed. They call that truck flatbed. Yeah, that one I see this other guy, he was all day he was moving small equipment, mostly those, you know, scissor lifts, aerial platforms. But it's okay, the weather's good for now until Wednesday. Wednesday, surprising, like now it was so hot I had to take off my jacket. Like it's too hot, you know, especially when you're working, you know, physically dragging all this stuff. But Wednesday they're promising minus 10 Celsius, which is what, 32 minus 18, 30 minus 10, 22, 22 minus 2, 20, 20 minus 6, 14. So it's gonna be 14 F on Wednesday, and it's gonna snow the rest of the week, I think, until the weekend. Like, look at this. This already like summer, right? Like winter bye-bye. But Santa Claus says not so fast. And this truck is something, guys. It's so much power, it's unbelievable. It's this truck. It's definitely overpowered, like for what we're doing here. Just moving, I don't know, 500-600 pounds of equipment. This thing is a monster. And it's so I think it's 6.7 diesel. But the sound, you know, the power, you push gas, this thing just, even though it has 246,000 kilometers. So 6-speed automatic with the tow mode, like, you know, regular truck, except it's a diesel. my first day of studying AC again because it's so hot. So March 18th. For a run this morning, woke up at 5 o'clock. Maybe next time I'll try my exercises after work, because yeah, 5 o'clock is just crazy. I don't like going to bed, you know, at 10, so I'd rather go to like at 11. So tomorrow I want to try get up at 6 and don't do any exercises until I come back from work. And then if I did my jogging today, so tomorrow is a kettlebell day. The first drop is the generator, and then I'm going east pretty much into downtown to deliver scaffolding, but it's only 2 decks and very small frame, so this one is light. Oh, I also got lucky with my first pickup in the morning. It was supposed to be a huge one with like 6 frames, 5x5, 6 decks, you know, a lot of stuff. And I come over there, and first off, the customer screwed up the address. It was something like, let's say, Terrace, and he said Terrace, no wait, it was something Way, you know, let's say Robinson Way, right, where in fact it was Robinson Terrace, which was 2 blocks away, but still I spent half an hour looking for it. And when I came back, I asked dispatchers like about this, like, did you make the mistake? And she checked the paperwork. She says, no, that's what the customer gave us. So the customer gave us the wrong address. But the funny part is that when I came to pick up that load of this massive load of scaffolding, I look outside and I see 2 decks, a couple of braces, and maybe 2 frames, 5x5. And I see that there's a bricklayer working there outside. I said, have you seen these drywall guys that we're using our scaffolding? He says, no, nobody's here, but if you want, check inside. Maybe there's another assembly inside. And he opened the door, and it's just like a private house. You know, they're working in a house, a regular house. And I go inside the living room, and right there's a scaffolding with 3 frames on top of each other, like very tall. So I'm guessing they were working on the ceiling. So that's my 6 frames, and I see 3 decks and a bunch of braces. But you know, when they hired me, they told me a couple of times, kind of like reminding me that we do curbside delivery and curbside pickup. You know, so it's not our job to disassemble something or take it out of the house. It has to be on the curb. But just to be sure, I called the dispatch. I said, guys, here's the situation. Scaffolding is not ready. All I can pick up is basically just 2 decks, 2 frames, and a couple of braces. And the guy says, hold on, let me call the customer. They called the customer. They said, yeah, they're gonna disassemble it today, so probably I'll pick it up tomorrow. He says, for now, just pick up whatever you see there on the ground. And so that was a very light load, you know. So, and then yeah, I went for lunch. I had my own little bag with me, but I didn't feel full, so I drove over like 1 kilometer to McDonald's and had like a double burger, no cheese, and I threw out 1/2 of the bun. So basically trying to limit carbs, so I only ate half of that small bun. And then I made my tea. Didn't drink any water today, just brought a lot of herbal tea bags with me. And we have a coffee machine with hot water tap at the top. I don't drink coffee now, so I just use that free hot water to make my tea. Beautiful. So that's my life now. But again, you see like how far I have to drive? So which is pretty cool. All right, I gotta disconnect this. I need to hear what Apple Maps is saying. When I stop, I have to look into this, see if there is a CarPlay here.
In 2 kilometers, take exit 36 onto Trans-Canada Highway 1 and 16th Avenue North Banff.
Yeah, so now I have to take Highway 1 west as if I'm going into the mountains, but it's only for, I don't know, 5 kilometers.
Use the right lane to take exit 36 onto Trans-Canada Highway 1 and 16th Avenue North Banff.
I like the mirrors on this thing. Mirrors are huge. Like excellent visibility, of course, except I have this crack in the windshield. I will leave a note for the boss.
Take the exit, then keep right to merge onto 16th Avenue Northwest.
At the end of the shift, just telling him that, that's, I can get a ticket for that because that's right in my
Use
field.
the right lane to keep right to merge onto 16th Avenue Northwest. In about 3 kilometers, take exit 172 onto Highway 563.
Finally, the speed limit is 110 kilometers an hour.
In 2 kilometers, take exit 172 onto Highway 563.
the one, 563. Old Banff Coach Road. But yeah, what's cool about this job is that nobody bothers me, you know. You show up and everybody's very polite in the dispatch office there. You drop off your previous paperwork, you know, whatever you delivered and picked up, and you look at the desk, like I know where they put new orders, and they put like a sticker, like yellow, you know, sticker with my initial S. Because the other,
the right 2 lanes to take exit 172 onto Highway 563.
Because the other guy's name starts with K, and so if I see K, that's for him, S, that's for me, and so
take the exit, then keep right onto Old Banff Coach Road.
And so yeah, it's pretty cool, you know, especially in this kind of weather. So I chose the perfect time of the year for this job. Yeah, it's a bit heavy,
keep
but
right onto Old Banff Coach Road.
I don't mind, you know. I need the exercise because like I became too lazy. Okay, here is gonna be interesting. It's gonna go to the right, like really, oh, like this. Okay, anybody on the left? I don't think so. But you see, if I push it like
700 meters, turn left onto Township Road 250.
it keeps clicking. Oh wow, look at this. Hey guys, yeah, this is so my treat. So you're gonna see some nice scenery. So we're already behind, we're beyond 201, the ring road, but I think it's still considered Calgary. Okay, 300 meters.
Turn left onto Township Road 250.
Where? What are you talking about? It's the same road. 250.
In about 2 kilometers, turn right onto Range Road 32.
Diesel power. So I like this. This means that probably the place where I deliver should not be too crowded, because you know the one where I delivered this morning,
In 1 kilometer, turn right onto Range Road 32.
it was a nightmare because there were so many dump trucks there, and there's, you know, the contractor guys left their personal vehicles on both sides of that city street, and basically it's like one lane. And that's why my trainer, or whatever you call him, was telling me that's why they start at 7, or actually they prefer drivers to be here at like 6:45, because if you leave the yard,
Turn right onto Range Road 32.
if you leave the yard later than, you know, 8, the construction sites will be all crowded. I remember he told me this, and I think I left at 8 from the yard.
In about 2 kilometers, turn left onto Aventera Road.
And then by the time I got there, it was like 8:30. It was crazy busy. And because they gave us the wrong, you know, way, I mean, way instead of terrace, I did a couple of circles in there. Then I had to call the guy, no answer. I called the office because it's on the paperwork, the office of the customer. They said, oh, that guy that's on your paperwork, he's on vacation. Oh, nice. Who I can talk to? I cannot find your job site. She gave me another name, so I called that guy. He says, oh, hold on, let me check the list of our job sites. And he says, yeah, we don't have anything on, let's say, Robinson Way, but we have one on Robinson Terrace.
In 1 kilometer, turn left onto Aventera Road.
I said, okay, cool. I'll go look for Robinson Terrace. And turns out that was where the bricklayer was working. That's when I saw that most of that scaffolding was still assembled, so I cannot do anything. Look, this is already, this is where the rich people live. Lots of
Turn
land.
left onto Aventera Road, then turn right onto Aventera Way.
Man, like they have like, I don't know, 5-story houses here. This is called Aventera Estates.
Turn right onto Aventera Way.
And I see a building over there, like brand new building, but it says turn here.
In 500 meters, the destination is on your left, 23 Aventera Way.
Yeah, it's probably that house, because I see it's still in it's just plywood, and I don't see any people there, you know. And these generators, I'm pretty sure they're expensive. Oh, maybe it's this one. There's another one being built. Okay, I need 23. Oh yeah, it's probably this one. All right, let me find the guys and unload this generator, and then we'll continue. Check this out, guys. So that's the house. There's the main drive over there. I went in there, almost got stuck, had to back out. And I told the guy, I said, I cannot get in. He says, oh, try this one, this is dry. So I go like this. The plan was to turn around and back closer to them, and I got stuck there. Look at this. Like, this engine has so much power, but I switched to 4 high, 4 low, eventually got out. All right, the generator's off. Let's see if I can get out of here. I'm still in I'm still in 4 low. Wow. I don't know how my Jeep, it would be interesting to compare, you know, how my Jeep would fare. Okay, now we just have to switch to it says I don't know why traction control is off, but there's nothing here. Is it gonna turn by itself? Man, I have so much dirt now. Let's see, what is this? Oh, that's your this locks your differential. Okay, so that disappears, but see, like 2 high, 4 high, 4 L, nothing happens. It's in 4 low. I don't want to be in 4 low.
Turn left onto Aventera Road.
Oh, that's what it is. To exit to 4 low, slow to 3 miles an hour. Okay. So I'm doing like 0. And it's still in 4 low. It's all this dirt flying from under the wheels. exit 4x4 low, slow to 3 miles per hour. To exit, shift to oh, I missed something. It was saying something there. Hold on, guys. Yeah, this is my first time with this. Let's see if I go too fast.
Turn left onto Aventera Road, then turn right onto Range Road 32.
Shift to neutral. Okay, finally. Advanced track is on. Now we're cooking with gas. So basically, yeah, there's messages on the screen, tells you what to do. I thought, you know, you would
turn right onto Range Road 32.
Like in a semi truck, when you do this, when you switch your 4x4 and then you just turn it off, you don't have to do anything. You just have to usually, you know, release the throttle slightly, and once you're just rolling,
about 2 kilometers, turn left onto Township Road 250.
Wow, do you hear that? That's all the dirt I accumulated. That's not good. So now I can break somebody's windshield. Wow. But yeah, so it's a heavy truck, right? And it just started sinking, you know? At least it's not rocks. I don't think it's just, you know, pieces of dirt. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's just a crow. Crow holding
at the next stop sign, turn left.
Some small bird or something. Yeah, like in my truck, right? I mean, in the Jeep. In the Jeep, this 4x4 is automatic. As soon as the computer senses that
at the stop sign, turn left onto Township Road 250.
That you're getting stuck, it'll switch to the appropriate mode.
In about 2 kilometers, turn right onto Range Road 31.
Oh, I see now pretty much all the dirt is gone. Yeah, I don't hear any bumps anymore inside my fenders. Well, maybe just occasional here and there, but you know, what am I supposed to do? And the second delivery, they said anytime between 12 and 5, and according to Apple Maps, I should be there at 3 p.m.
In 1 kilometer, turn right onto Range Road 31.
So basically, we are right on time.
Turn right onto Range Road 31.
And then, if dispatch
1 kilometer, take a slight right turn toward Calgary.
yeah, and then if dispatch does not call me, I'll just head over back. Well, actually, because yeah, 3 o'clock, and my shift ends at 4. You know. And usually Monday, it's all about deliveries, because some people want to get rid of the rental equipment on Friday so they don't pay for the for the weekend if they're not working, right? But then Monday they want it back. And so yeah, it's okay, time flies pretty fast. So half an hour lunch break,
right turn toward Calgary.
and you're just cruising around. The roads are not too bad. Oh yeah, first thing in the morning, the shop manager gave me a piece of paper, accident report. And I said, what is this? Well, he says, oh, it's for that, rear view camera you broke. And I said, okay, but I'm not even sure I broke it, because
In about 15 kilometers, turn left onto 19th Street Northwest.
because the camera is still intact. And so what I wrote is that, what happened? I said, and when I close the tailgate, the shock from the impact might have affected the wiring, because the camera is still fine, the glass is not broken. So I don't even see how it can, it's too far. I don't think it can hit the camera. I think it's just the shock and probably a loose wiring there. And they're saying, what kind of training was provided? And I say, yeah, they showed me how to operate the tailgate, but I was not aware that the backup camera was right there near the license plate. And another question was, what can you do in the future to prevent this? And I wrote, be more gentle with the tailgate. That's it. Sign it, gave it to the guy. He said, okay, thanks. That's it. So yeah, this is back. I'm back on Highway 1. So heading east, as if I'm going back to my old home in Ontario. Because if you stay on this, it'll take you all the way back. But then of course it becomes Highway 17, 11 in Ontario. Yeah, I gotta be careful with speed. Like, this thing is a monster. So everybody says what the other drivers told me, what they try to do. So if it's a highway, what they call it, highway, I call it freeway, divided lanes. So if it's a freeway, then no more than 10 clicks above the speed limit. Nobody will pay you any attention. Let's say here the speed limit is 80 clicks an hour. If you do 90, the chance of anybody stopping you is very slim. But if you go on a city street and you do the same 10 over, you can get a ticket, because they said they're much more strict on city streets. And so they said, basically maximum 10 kilometers over the speed limit on freeways and 5 on city streets. Like, that's the safest margin for Alberta. So let's say if the speed limit is 50 kilometers an hour, you're safe doing 55. Just you gotta be careful, because 56, 57, they can only give you a ticket. Like, of course, depends on the cop. But they're nuts over here. Cops are crazy. So I don't want to give them the satisfaction. Okay, so now we're staying on this for 10 minutes or 10 kilometers. Going towards city center. Oh, farmers market. I've been here. There's a big skiing type of place over there on the right. There's a big mountain there, and I see ski lifts. But this winter we didn't have that much snow, so maybe now They're gonna reopen. Oh, that one. Actually, it's covered in snow. Interesting. It's like plus 15 now Celsius, and it's still, I'm guessing because of elevation or something. So they might reopen on Wednesday when we're gonna have lots of snow. So maybe my leaf blower will see some action. No, I love that little gadget, I'm telling you. I don't care. I bought it, I thought I would make some money, but I just love using that one just to blow the snow in front of my apartment so that I don't slip and fall on the sidewalk there. And then I blow the snow away from my car. It takes like, I don't know, 20 seconds and the car is clean. And it's not that noisy. I don't know, nobody ever said anything to me. It's the same as a regular leaf blower, but maybe a bit lower. Yeah, I see downtown in the distance those tall buildings. That's the financial district. Okay, and the speed limit is going down. Now we're at 70 clicks an hour. Come on. It's a divided highway, but now there's gonna be these ramps and they can get pretty busy. Well, what's the time now? 8 minutes to 3. So yeah, I better get out of here, out of downtown, as soon as possible after delivery. Sometimes, which is super helpful, if there's guys over there on the side and they just, you know, 2-3 guys, and they help you unload. This makes it much quicker, because, you know, by myself it's still, what do I have there? 4 frames, 3 decks, 4 braces, but a bunch of wheels and support legs, and those are pretty heavy too. And the yellow sign on the right says 50 upcoming speed limit. Okay, somewhere I'm turning left, but that's like in almost 5 kilometers. Yeah, so here this 17 goes through, well, it's not exactly downtown, but it's like the middle. Like this highway 16, it just cuts through the middle of Calgary, west to east. Oh, I've been here a couple of times, picked up an order here for Uber Eats at this Tim Hortons. So yeah, today's already Monday, so Wednesday is just around the corner, when we're gonna attempt again to reinstate my Class 1 license. But maybe it's a good thing that, you know, first they put me on this pickup truck. I don't know. Kind of like step by step, you know. 70. The speed limit now is 70. gonna stay in left lane because I'm turning left in 2.8 kilometers. And after that, it's only half a kilometer to my destination. So this is gonna be my life now, right? Load, put straps on, because yeah, all these things, they're strapped. Like the frames are strapped to the side, and then I put one strap over when I lift the gate, the tailgate, and I strap over the decks and braces. So check the truck, check with dispatch to see if they have anything. Usually, of course, they do. It's either pickup or delivery or both. If it's the delivery, go load, secure. Check on the map how far you are from the customer. Then they want us to call or text the customer to tell them the ETA. And just double check the address, you know. And then go deliver, and you have to put the time in, time out when you arrived at the customer, when you left, because sometimes there can be delays, and then we're gonna charge them for that. So basically it's on the paperwork, just there's an empty field there. Arrived on site, okay, time, date. Departed from site, time, date. And then you just mark, of course, when you load, you mark the items you picked up. Let's say they say, okay, you need 4 decks, and then on the right there's an empty field, you put 4, so 4 picked up, you know. Then let's say, I don't know, 2 frames, and you write 2. And then let's say with the with the equipment, they only give you the first 4 numbers of the unit numbers, like 6 numbers, you know, like let's say 22-11-00. And so they only give you 2211, and then you go inside the shop or wherever this equipment sits, and you can pick up any equipment that has that 4 numbers the same, so it's the same class and category. And that's when they give you like a little empty field there.
Stay in the left 2 lanes.
In the bill of lading, and you just write down the unit number, which is the last 2 digits of the machine. Like in this case, I think it was 18, the generator. So you just put 18 in that square, so they know which unit was rented out. And that's it. I noticed that these guys, they don't sign anything. You know how in trucking I'm so used to signing, like the signature is...
Stay in the right 3 lanes.
The signature is super important, right? Because otherwise I'm not gonna be paid, because my factoring company will always ask me for proof of delivery, and that means a signature on the bill of lading.
Go past this light, then at the next one, turn left.
Yeah, then these guys, they say they sign a contract online, like an electronic contract, and so these are just more for the driver, you know, like the bill of lading with the description, what I'm delivering or picking up. So even though at the bottom it says signature, customer signature, but when I was with this guy who was training me, he said the same thing. He says, no, you don't need any signatures unless it's specifically...
Turn left onto 19th Street Northwest, then turn right onto 17th Avenue Northwest.
Unless it's for some reason specifically requested by, let's say, dispatch. And so like in this case, when I managed to get out of that mud, I asked the guy there at the side, I said, so where do you want it? You want me to put here or here? He says, oh, you can just leave it in right, you know, behind your truck. Because he saw that I was having trouble with traction in that mud. And so I just used my lift gate, wheeled it out, drop it there, plus 1 can of gas they requested. And just all I had to do was write my departure time. That's it. So delivery is done. Like very easy, you know, not too complicated. You have to be a total idiot not to figure it out. And I was it's helpful that I was already doing the paperwork on the second day when I was with the trainer. So he was explaining to me, okay, you have to check this, okay, ETA, time in, time out, call the customer. So, you know, he taught me pretty well. So And now I'm on my own. Oh, you see, that's what they put on my paperwork, S. So if I see a bill of lading and this little yellow sticker S, that means that's my load, my delivery, or my pickup. All right, and we're only 600 meters away. It should be a house again because it's all residential. And actually, that's kind of nice. I noticed that they don't deliver to big sites. It's all, you know, small sites, like basically a house being built, you know. And I think it's usually simpler. At least you can find your customer. But quite often also I notice that, you know, when we drop off, there's nobody there. And I said, so what do? You want to leave a copy of the bill of lading? He says, no, just leave it here. So no signatures, no nothing, which makes it easy for me. Like, I'm not complaining. I don't have to chase anybody and ask them for a signature. Oh, can you sign this? And of course some guys would say, no, I'm not gonna sign. It's not my company, I'm just a contractor here. Wow, look at this traffic here.
Turn right onto 17th Avenue Northwest.
This one? Are you sure?
In 400 meters, the destination is on your left. 1718 17th Avenue Northwest.
17, 18, 19. And he showed me a trick. He says, how do you find the number? Because, you know, when it's a new house, usually there's no numbers. But he told me there's a trick. He says usually they write it in spray paint at the bottom, like on the corner of the house where there's like a stone or something, or they put the number in the top window. Well, it's definitely not these guys because it's too early for scaffolding. So it's somewhere, yeah, I see it shows behind the stop sign. Oh, I see over there something. I see some fencing, some portable toilets, a bobcat. Yeah, that must be the one. And let's see.
The destination is on your left. 1718 17th Avenue Northwest.
Okay, let's see if I can find a number. Anything on the top floor in the windows where they sometimes put it? No, nothing. 17. $17.18. 1722. Oh, these are just townhouses, so every townhouse has its own little number. I think mine is the corner one, but I'll go double check with these guys. Oh, I have to write down the time in. Okay guys, so that's it, just a brief introduction to kind of like what I do for a living now. Thanks.